Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol SOFI for SoFi Technologies. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. We've been talking about it for the past couple of days here. I've been talking about the fact that even though they got the bank charter secured in this area of the chart, given the market conditions, it's been incredibly difficult for any rally across really any name in the stock market right now to be sustained, and SoFi is no exception, right? But what's really important about today's session is the fact that we did break down underneath this 12/1190 area that we've been watching. That was the essentially all-time low, and now we're making new all-time lows. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, there is that little blip on the radar. If I do something like this, you can see way back here, there's basically a no volume area where there was some trade activity sub, 11, between 11 and 1010, we'll call it. So I guess the next line in the sand ultimately would have to be 1010 because that's simply the lowest price it's ever traded on the public markets at least, but I'm not placing too much emphasis inside of it. I would just start to look at SoFi as being something that is, in fact, making new all-time lows in the marketplace. So back on over to the daily, just so we can talk about the implications of the candle structure here. Certainly a full red-bodied candle closing dead on the lows. I wouldn't be surprised to see downside continuation into the remainder of the week. Now, is it getting a little bit oversold? Maybe. I mean, maybe there's an argument for that, but it doesn't mean going long, essentially, is what I'm getting at. I wouldn't really see anything that would indicate a long opportunity yet inside of SoFi. For me, it's got to be a pattern now that we are making new all-time lows before there's some sort of reversal that takes place. From the 30-minute time frame, what else can we learn about the price action here? The bears were almost in control the entire duration of the day. Let's take out the fibs just from the top of today's range, which is going to be, here's the 930 bar. There we go. We'll come in from the top. I mean, there's the first and only sort of green candle we had on that little rally lower, and not rally, but dead cat bounce rather, and it only made it to the 38.2 just barely, and they're both inverted hammers. That strikes me as being bearish. Again, sellers firmly in control. Back from the top of the 930 bar all the way down to the low, essentially. And again, guys, I can't make this stuff up. I feel like this has been happening more often than not on the channel recently, but your 38.2 is coinciding perfectly with this area of lows. And what does that mean? Anything underneath here is technically bear flag consolidation from the 30-minute time frame, and also from the daily, it would be nothing more. I can remove the fibs. We know where that level is, right? It would be nothing more than a break and retest of that area of support. I would imagine that any sort of inverted hammer that prints here, any sort of indecision doji, basically something that makes you question the strength of the buyers at that area, leads to a reversal short under the lows, looking for follow through to the downside. And as we discovered in yesterday's video, nice little pleasant surprise here. This stock is easy to borrow, and even if you did want to trade puts on it, they are, decently liquid enough where you could get involved without taking a huge beating and worrying about getting in and out of your contracts. So SoFi not looking fantastic. Any back tests of 1190 do look attractive for short-sighted opportunities. Things that would change the tone back to the upside would require pattern, as I've mentioned. So maybe something like a double bottom, break of the neckline here takes you back higher. And it doesn't have to happen where I'm drawing right now. I'm just illustrating it for the sake of illustration, exactly that. So that's going to wrap up the video. Chart does not look fantastic. We have the levels to be paying attention to. The main one is simply the back test, if at all, of 1190, 12, the nice round number. So that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.